Yeah, it should.
All right, here we go. I want to call this meeting to order. This is our June 20th, 2024 meeting, Thursday, 6 p.m. So I'd like to get this thing started by call the roll, where Dwight Miller's here, Jackie Duncan's here, Roseanne Carden is absent, and Mr. Morris is absent. So first of all, I'd like to have a motion. Hold up, before I get a motion to approve the agenda, I would like to move C, Animal Control Report, to A, since Commissioner Morris is not here, and drop Mr. Morris's rural water update tonight. So can I get a motion to?
I'll make that motion.
A motion by Dwight, second by Jackie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Then I'll make the motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by Dwight,
A second.
second by Jackie. Hey, hey. All in favor of approving the agenda there?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Our secretary has showed up.
You started early.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
just now 6 o'clock.
Oh, is it? Oh, a little bit early then. Our
You better sign
secretary,
the sheet, though.
our secretary's here, so she can start our minutes. All right, public comments. Do we have anybody with any public comments? Nobody having none? We'll move on to unfinished business, and we'll immediately move to animal control report, which was moved to A. So Craig, if you would come up.
Thank you.
Craig, make sure that mic's
It's
on
not
and
even turned on, so.
scoot it up close so you can hear you.
Thank you.
Did it ever light up?
Yes. Thanks, sir.
I don't remember the last time I turned in any of our numbers, so I just kind of did January until through May. We're just kind of averaging around 50 or so a month, and probably gonna do that again this month. So halfway through the year, we're gonna be well over 300 dogs already.
All righty. Anybody got any questions for Craig on any of the stuff he has here?
Well, I was gonna ask about the euthanized.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that same question.
We usually don't have that many, do we?
Yeah, we typically we're
Do we?
typically around 8 or 9%.
It's just dogs you can't deal with?
Can't deal with, and we've had
See-
some sickness, a lot of sickness going on. Things are bad right now. People are struggling financially and everything, and they're waiting until the dogs are almost before, they're basically dead when they're reaching out for help. And we've had a lot of that going on this year. It's on our end, it's getting worse and worse by the day, and it's not just here; it's all the surrounding counties and
So
everything.
most of them that you're picking up or that are getting euthanized are at death by the time you pick them up?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of unhealthy dogs, and then on the other side, aggressive dogs.
Right,
We can't adopt those out, so that's a have to.
yeah.
Do y'all do all the dog bite investigations? How's that work?
Not all of them. Some of them we don't receive. Like if it's the deputy goes after hours, sometimes we don't receive those. But majority of the time, like if somebody goes to the hospital sends us a fax, and it's sitting there the next day waiting on us.
All right.
So when people call you for a complaint, whether it's a snake or chickens or whatever, what do they really expect you to do?
Most of the time, that right there is where we went to do like a welfare check at a house, and they have multiple types of animals. And
Okay,
yeah, some of these right here are stuff that's basically confiscated from
Yeah.
houses.
What was the snake complaint? What was that?
It was a house, basically the whole farm got taken from these people, and they had a snake inside. We actually took rats and mice, and the Department of Ag got all the livestock and everything from the
so
place.
did someone make a complaint?
Mhm.
And the complaint might have resulted in kittens, snakes, and several things, or what?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, if stuff like this is there, I mean, we can find a way to help it, so, I mean, we're not just gonna leave it behind. And so we'll generally grab that stuff and we'll find somewhere for it to go.
Anybody just turning in animals because they can't take care of them? Or-
People are trying to, everybody's on a list right now, I mean, yeah, things are pretty bad right now.
Yeah,
This, like, if we had a bigger facility and more help, this number would probably be double what it's showing right there for dogs we've taken in. It's endless right now.
Well, I
And-
think that's what we had thought.
Yeah,
The bigger the shelter we got, all we're
Yeah.
gonna do is fill it.
yeah, but the problem it's just spiraling out of control. And the biggest thing and this, like I said, it's not just here, is the backyard breeding and nobody spaying and neutering. There is endless amounts of puppies right now,
Well-
more than we can do anything with.
It's fairly expensive, so
Mm-hmm.
people just either can't afford it or don't wanna deal with it.
Mm-hmm. And like we had the rescue group that was offering free spay and neuter. So if we'd go out, they had a litter of puppies, they'd surrender the puppies to us. Well, we could get mom fixed for them for free, but they won't even show up to the appointments. But then 6 months later, they call us again with another
Litter.
litter of puppies.
What about cats? Y'all,
you gotta draw a
Yes.
line somewhere on that, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean,
Figure
It-
out something to,
if litters of puppies,
yeah,
if we take them, we know they're gonna have their shots, they're gonna be spayed and neutered, so they're not gonna be multiplying. But what we see is these people, they're just giving them away to free to anybody who wants one. Well, then they're letting those puppies multiply, and then
Yeah.
it's out of control right
it's
now.
unfair to the animals too.
No, because that's where, like, we've had several puppies in the last few months that are, like I said, they're so bad. Like, we had to try to bottle feed a few of them, and they're done. I mean, there's nothing left to them. So
I'm saying it's unfair to the animals that people don't care enough to
right,
try to control
right, yeah.
control them.
There's
They
houses.
can't take them.
Yeah,
They can't take care of them.
yeah, we'll go to houses and there'll be 3 and 4 litters at the same house.
Yeah.
And this is going on way more than it should.
it doesn't look like we've had a whole lot of adoptions.
It's a lot of this is going to pick up. We've adopted out a lot of puppies here lately. The puppies aren't really an adoption until they're old enough to be spayed and neutered. So we've got a lot of those sitting right now waiting on appointments to get. And once that number will grow once they get old enough. So
And most people would pick a puppy over a grown dog as an adoption.
used to, but even puppies, there's so many out there. Puppies are even hard to adopt out right now. It's
I mean, the economy is in that kind of a condition.
Yeah.
mhm.
People
Yeah,
don't
there's-
have any extra income.
But then on the other side, they keep getting produced at record numbers right now.
Yeah.
So that's
So it says adopted rescue, 192.
mhm.
What is that?
That's the ones that are going to rescue groups and not public adoptions.
Okay.
They're our saving grace as far
Yeah,
as
it looks
So
getting
you've
like
only adopted out 14?
to
Oh,
the public.
gosh, that just seems.
It's always a low number.
That's what I was saying.
Why do you think it's low?
Just nobody's adopting right now.
You think we get the new location,
It'll
to be
help
more visible and,
be more visible and accessible, because that's a
Yeah.
lot right now. You
yeah,
know, like
it is. It's hard to even find that place.
it's hard to find. It's not presentable when you get there. It don't feel welcoming either to a lot of people.
And if you're out on calls, there's nobody there to
Right.
see anyway.
Right. It's just the atmosphere we're in right now is just not good for what we're trying to do.
You ever think of, get your creative mind going there and think of how you could we could offer incentives for people to get their animals spayed and neutered, to stop this problem, to help curtail it a little bit.
Well, see, like I said, though, I don't know how many people, all they've got to do, it's easy. They just text
Yeah.
this phone number. They'll send them a date to get their dog spayed or neutered, and they will not show up repeatedly.
And they're doing that for rescue.
The rescue's doing it, and it's absolutely free, and they won't even
Well,
drive
can-
their
I
dog
don't
there.
think everybody
Can you
knew
go
that.
pick their dog up for them? Can someone do that?
There's people that have, but what you run into is sometimes these dogs aren't friendly with strangers, you know, so you got that side to worry about. It's just, It would take a lot to be able to do it. It's been done, but it's a lot though.
When you say rescue, you talking about dog rescue, or you talking about?
Yeah, dog
Yeah,
rescues.
not
Most
the
of them are up
Rescue
north.
squad,
Yeah, it's dog rescues, and
okay,
majority of them are New York, Wisconsin. Some of them go to
and
Canada.
they'll pay for that.
Mhm, yeah.
I bet the public doesn't even know that.
A lot of them don't, but they don't have the overpopulation problem we do here in the South. So it's everybody in the South ships their dogs up north.
Maybe they
That's
figured out how to keep the population down,
laws,
huh?
spay and neuter laws and
Well,
stuff
maybe we
like
need
that.
to do some of that here, maybe.
I wish somebody needs to get on the bandwagon and get it going. It's like I
Cause
said,
that's a lot
it's
of irresponsibility to
it's out of
let
control
that
right
happen,
now.
yeah.
Well, when we were talking about getting a new facility, we had people come to the commission and say, we will help, we'll do all these things. Are they gonna show up? They're
They
not right
should.
now, are they?
Not right now. Some of them are struggling right now. There's a lot of the big names in animal welfare right now that are just they're burnt out. They're to their wits' end. Some of them are dropping out altogether, and it's like I said, it's just out of control. You're just basically beating your head against the wall, and you're getting nowhere. It's
What-
a losing battle right now.
So you can't, you're talking about outside help coming in to help with the animals there? You know, we thought about this several years ago, quite a few years ago. We wanted to do it, and the lawyer said that we couldn't do it. That they were gonna look at it. It's been probably, I think you had just come on as the officer, at that time, but we were trying to get, people want to volunteer and come in and help.
Yes, yeah.
And, but they said, well, you know, that might create a liability for the county. And so then the lawyer was gonna look at it and all this, so I don't know if that ever,
Currently, the city don't want volunteers on their property.
okay, though, they've discouraged it back then, so.
Yeah, and
Doing that.
I mean, we get phone calls every week, people wanting to
Yeah.
volunteer, or even like kids needing credits for,
Right,
yeah, I mean, we get that all the time, but we have to
kids are
turn them.
looking for those, to go
Yeah,
to college
yeah.
or anything
Yeah.
else.
We have to turn them to Tullahoma or
Tennessee
the
Farmers,
Humane
yeah.
Society, or, you know, have to turn them away from us when we could use the help, and
Yeah.
it's,
Start to say, apparently Tullahoma will take it,
yes, yeah, about everybody will except for,
us.
yeah.
Well, maybe we need to explore that a little bit better then, because I know before the county lawyer was against it. He didn't think it would work. All this, there were so many things that could happen and everything, but it sounded like everybody else is doing it.
You know, they just sign a liability waiver, and,
Yeah,
you know,
There you
and we're gonna keep it separate. We know our dogs, you know, so we're gonna keep it separated to where they're
maybe we
not
could
gonna
try
be,
that again.
get their hands on the wrong dogs and,
Yeah.
and get hurt or whatever, so.
Yeah,
It's doable, it's just,
okay,
a matter of where we're at the moment.
yeah.
Where is our progress now on facility?
Well, the mayor's in the next room, so, I mean, we'd have to get him over here to kind of update us, unless, Craig, you've been with him lately to know where we're at.
What I know is that we've got a finalized rendering of what we want,
Mm-hmm.
and, Aaron Brown's in the process of getting the actual blueprint to send out for bids at this point. So he's talking about a couple weeks out, probably.
Didn't we discuss last time that somebody on this committee was gonna, like, stay in tune with the mayor on the facility? Did we do that? I think we need to talk about that, maybe.
I don't think we did.
I think we need to
I
get
don't
someone,
remember that.
I think we need to get someone on the committee that can spend some time in finding out, you know, to report back to the committee. Because if the mayor's not here, we don't really, and Craig, we don't have a good report. So if somebody would like to volunteer to do that, that would be something that we could do. Just bringing that up, if anybody's interested. Or we can wait till we get Tim back, and Tim might be interested, so,
Is Tim next door?
Tim Morris.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he's gone.
Is he in that same meeting?
I don't know. I was just wondering where he was.
I think he's on
I think he's
vacation,
on
I think.
vacation, so somebody.
But he wasn't here last month either, was he?
He wasn't.
We can discuss that next
He
month,
had a
maybe.
school situation, I think.
Craig, something else I was gonna ask you, kinda shifting gears a little bit. How's the trucks? How are they?
I've actually, the one we got from Allen, it needed a few things. They needed like body mounts. I got all that done out of this budget, so it's good to go. And I've acquired, Rick's, one of his retired maintenance trucks. We've about got it, we gotta get a dog box built, and, I mean, it'll be ready to,
How many vehicles y'all got over there
it'll
now?
be 3 once we get it.
What's, you know, approximately what the mileage are on them? They pretty high mileage?
The newest one, it's about 175, and then the one from, Allen, it's around the 200 mark. And then Rick's truck, it's a 2001, and it's got less miles than either one of those. It's about 160 on it.
So how many people do you have now?
I've got 3 full-time, and I've got a,
Not counting yourself?
that's including me.
That's counting you, I thought
Yes.
so.
Yeah. And, I've got the one part-time girl, but she works 1 day a week. There's barely enough money to cover that for the year. But it's helpful though, cause we stay behind all the time, so the day she comes, we're able to do the things we're not typically able to do and kinda catch up or help the dogs out.
Do you want volunteers?
Not where we're at. When we get somewhere new, or, and the other part is you've gotta have somebody there when there's volunteers. I don't have the manpower right now to do the volunteer thing.
I know these trucks get a lot of miles. So who y'all got doing the maintenance on them?
Manchester Tire and Brake does
Okay.
majority of it.
It's pretty high mileage vehicles over there, you know?
Oh yeah, we put some miles on them.
All right. Any more questions for Craig? Roseanne, you got anything for him? All right, Craig, appreciate it. All right, next on our list will be our rural fire report. Tonight we have Summitville Fire here. Give us an update.
Good evening, how are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Are they both turned on? There we go.
I don't think this one is. I think it's off.
It doesn't show it, but
No.
he said it was.
Oh, the thing's on.
Yeah, that red light doesn't seem to light like the rest of them.
This says it is on.
So, in 2023, Summitville Fire responded to 116 calls for the year. To date, right now, we're at 51. So we're almost halfway of what we did all of last year. January, we responded to 10, February 14, March 9, April 5, and May we did 13. And that is for anywhere from structure fires, hazmat, brush fires, illegal burns, weather. Tornadoes come through, we do go out and help the highway department cut trees. Get the roads open back up.
Do y'all still, I guess y'all still, Manchester's doing mutual aid through the daytime, right?
Yes.
Is that 7 days a week?
No, just Monday through Friday, when everybody's at work.
So from 7 a.m. to 5 or what? What's the time on that? 7 to 5?
Yeah. And they've helped out a lot, so we appreciate it. And I talk to James all the time about it.
Because everybody's at work during the day, so
Right.
it's hit and miss.
What's the status? They just shorthanded during the daytime?
During the daytime, yes.
And it's across the board everywhere.
Has it always been this way? Is it, or you can just
It
get worse?
fluctuates. Depends on membership and, people change jobs.
Where y'all
So-
at now, member-wise? How many?
17 active members.
Wow, that's way down, right? Y'all used to run,
Used to run around 25. Yeah, I mean, it's down, but
Yeah, but again, it's down across the board right now.
right.
So, but on average, when everybody's not at work, we average 10 to 13 members per call.
Is there any way to get interest built up? Is there anything y'all have read or you know of that'll work?
There's a conference next month in Murfreesboro, and there's supposed to be I think there's a class on retention that I may be looking at.
This is, it's hard to get, I guess it's hard to get people to work for free, right?
you'll,
So,
I think,
Hard to get them to work when you pay them, huh?
oh yeah,
I'll imagine this week and last week and this week would be a good time for recruiting, either side as it is.
Oh, yeah. In the last 2 weeks, we've mutual aided Hickerson on 2 different structure fires in the heat. So,
Pray for you guys.
either do, whether it be sub-zeros or
Yeah.
105 degrees,
Yeah,
we're gonna do our job and take care of our community.
amen.
So what are you able to do, a situation like that, when you go in to help and you don't have enough, water to put the thing out, are you?
Coffee County has an automatic aid agreement amongst all the volunteers.
Yeah,
So if any of the 5 departments are dispatched to a structure fire, the other 4 automatically roll a tanker and 1 to 2 firemen. And that agreement's been around since the early 2000s.
Plus, we can haul for Morrison, Arrow, and they got stuff to help us out too.
well, you were talking about everybody's at work at that time, how do you get somebody to get there?
Well, but not ever, depends on the time of day with the departments. Some departments have people that work nights that respond during the day, and then some departments have people work during the day and respond at night. So, we just continue to make headway with it and do the job the best we can.
Without, fire protection, it's just tough, isn't it?
Without, the volunteer pool's getting smaller every year.
But I meant, we still don't have the lines and
No.
the
No.
hydrants or anything else.
No, we did have a new hydrant installed at our station 2 about 3 weeks ago.
Something like that.
That's just for your tankers, right?
No, it was put in because 2 more houses are being built down Taylor Road. So
But you
there's,
still gotta take a tanker
yes,
to
Good.
put out any fire.
yes, because we don't have the water supply. If we are close to a hydrant, we don't have the water supply coming out of that hydrant
Right,
to supply the pump. If it pumps less than 500 gallons per minute, we cannot by law tie our pumpers to it. So we have to rely on the tankers
just
to,
be sucking air.
yeah. And our truck, our smallest pump's 1,000 gallons a minute.
So as the county continues to grow, population-wise, and y'all's numbers keeps decreasing, what's y'all's opinion? What do you think the solution's gonna be? How are you gonna service these people?
Continue doing the job. I mean, we've been down, in the past, we've been as low as 13 members,
Yeah, 13, 14.
and we still took care of our community. And we will continue to take care of our community. It surges, year to year it surges. You get a lot of people that, come in, they want to do it, but then they realize how hard it is and don't want to do it anymore.
Or they do it and really like it, and then they get a
And
job
they-
doing it full-time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess it's hard to retain them then, right?
Yes.
And that's why we can always kick back to Manchester when they're around, and the other mutual aid agreements. They help out too with manpower.
How many structure fires do y'all actually get out?
What, doesn't save or?
Saves to the fact that they can be rebuilt, or?
Our average is right around 50%, 50 to
It's better than I
60%.
would've thought.
Our average response time is anywhere from 11 to 13 minutes from the time we're dispatched to the first truck arriving on scene. And that's anywhere in our district.
Y'all saves Brown's auto body from pure annihilation a
Ricky
couple
drug
weeks
that one
ago.
out of there. And well, and
Yeah.
Ricky's house burned several years ago.
Yeah.
We contained it to 1 room. With the smaller water lines we have running in the county, wintertime is real hard because we lose water pressure. Especially when the freeze we had back in January. We ran 2 of our own in the same day, and mutual aid to North Coffee the next day, and a mutual aid to New Union. But if it hadn't been for Normandy Lake, we wouldn't have had the water supply needed to put out the 3-story on Roberts Ridge. Because the way Roberts Ridge is pitched, getting back up and empty was not fun. And nearest hydrant was 5 miles away, and took about a half hour turnaround time.
And then they're burned.
So, but with Normandy Lake being right there, we was able to drop lines in the lake and pull water from the lake and fill trucks.
there any kind of, anything new in technology for,
Oh, there's always new technology.
I mean, something that would benefit you guys, I saw something, I'll say this, I saw something, it was a spray can to work on fires in their early stage.
Yeah, infancy
Keep them
stage.
spreading, and 2 firemen developed it. It's just something I saw on the news yesterday, I believe. And, you seen any of that?
I haven't seen that. They
They're
have
saying
come
throw
out.
away your extinguishers now, to just get this thing, catch it early enough and it's gone.
They have come out with a blanket for car fires.
Well, this is supposed to be for electrical,
Yep, electric cars.
electric motors and everything else.
I actually just got back from Gatlinburg, myself and the lieutenant just come back from Gatlinburg, Monday from taking, electric vehicle safety classes.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of information there.
Well, this one is supposed to be, would put out electric vehicle fires and everything, developed by 2 firemen, so.
Well,
Might just have to look at
here's
it.
what electric vehicles show.
Yeah.
And it takes up to 80,000 gallons of water and 24 hours of firefighting operation. And they can still reignite themselves up to a week later,
I know.
sitting in the junkyard.
Yeah. Scary.
Because, I mean, your Teslas, the entire floor pan is nothing but your batteries. So you're riding on top of the batteries. And those cars are 1,400 pounds heavier than your standard car. So, it's gonna be a process, because,
So when you throw water on them, are you not subject to be electrocuted?
if we can get close enough, they do have, pull cords on them that you can access and pull, and it disables the vehicle. But the batteries are still
I
charged.
start to say, once the battery is on fire, how does that help?
Well, it keeps the car, it's supposed to lock the car from rolling,
Oh, that's
but
about
you
all.
still have the battery charge
Yeah,
in those batteries. And we can't use foam or any type of suppressant, it has to be straight water.
Well, they got a new can out of something these firemen developed, so it's supposed to work.
A lot of things come out and they say it's supposed to work and it don't. You know, it's just, these electric cars are here to stay. We do
are
have
you
an electric,
seeing very many?
we've got an electric semi that runs right through our district, I've seen it. Comes right down Highway 55.
And he's got lots of batteries.
He's got lots of batteries and he's hauling for Bridgestone. So you take that electric vehicle, that electric semi, and all them tires he's hauling. And think about the fire
I
load
didn't
we'd
talk
have.
about the tires,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So, they're,
You'd never get that put out.
We better figure
it'll
out,
be a while.
we better get to figuring out something real quick to help them.
I don't know that you can.
Well, technology is
Something
so
like
far
that.
ahead right now, but hopefully we'll catch up with, and be
Right
So-
able
now,
to do that.
just,
You
it's all
guys,
still basic.
Mhm.
You got fire, you add water, and you put it out. It's the after effects with these electric cars.
Technology done got too far ahead of the old conventional methods and could have some real
But
problems.
once you have a electric car
Mhm.
and catch fire, it's like you're talking about, that thing is likely, more than likely, to reignite,
Yes.
whatever caused it the first time.
Now I have seen a lot of states, a lot of your tow truck companies are digging retention ponds. And as soon as they get it back to there, they're dumping it off in that pond for 2 weeks. Then pull it back out and it's totaled. So, that's been something that, I've seen on researching all this.
Everybody start creating some more ponds,
guys, I wanna talk about smoke detectors now, because we're drawing towards the end of the cycle.
Yes.
July 1st is like our ending point, so as you all guys as you're aware here, that our department's put up 12 households a year. That's all they're required in a year's time, because the first couple of years y'all did 24 units in a year, and they pretty much wore the county out. They like put detectors everywhere. So naturally it's gotten harder to get them up, so we dropped them back to 12. So July 1st, they'll have their paperwork turned in on their installs. So our next meeting in July, I'll have all the paperwork here on their install. So how's that going? Are y'all already to your quota?
Oh, yeah, we were at our quota back in, early spring.
Yeah, these guys were always like, usually the first ones to get them, so they've done a good job, so.
We actually just got a new shipment the other day from the state, another 60
All right,
alarms.
so that
Do
goes,
you have a lot of call for that?
Again, fluctuates
Right.
month to month.
Sure.
I noticed your sign out on 55's kinda got some lettering missed out on
Yeah,
it,
the
so.
weather was kinda not too friendly with it.
Good.
All right. So as y'all know, they put up 12 units, they got a year to put them up, and that's the money that was approved on the last commission, and then we voted again on that, I guess it's about 2 years ago, right, that we voted on that? So that's the $41,000 extra they get a year to, counter all the cookouts and door to door, so hopefully it kinda made it where you didn't have as much of that to do, so.
Yeah, we did our annual picture drive, and then have our annual car show coming up September the 14th. So,
Where's that gonna be at here?
the old, well, it used to be Southern Family Market.
The storage building now.
Yeah, the storage building.
Show.
We'll be there again.
Is Dwight invited to show his Corvette there?
Of course, we're gonna have a Dunkin' booth, so we need people to go in that.
There you go, Jackie.
I've done that in the
Yeah.
past.
I'd like the Corvette thing. I'm restoring my old Corvette, so I'd rather do the Corvette thing than the Duncan booth.
Maybe Dwight gets his Corvette put in this car show, so he can represent HWR committee
What
maybe.
year's your Corvette?
Which one?
What years are they? Years do you got?
Got a 71 and an 84.
Okay. Oh, Corvette man, there.
So everything's good on the smoke
Only
detectors?
got a
Yes, everything's good
77.
on smoke detectors. We really appreciate its help get us equipment
Yeah,
we wouldn't have been able to afford.
yeah, that smoke detector money has bought them some stuff that they really need. Your air compressor, your cascade system. What else did y'all
We
get?
bought a cascade system. We have bought a gear dryer / hose dryer.
Yeah, that's nice.
We also bought a new hose washer that cuts the time of cleaning hoses.
How do you dry hoses?
You hang it up, well, normally, before, we'd lay them out on the floor on their end,
Yeah,
and it'd take
air dry,
air dry for
Yeah.
2-3 days.
yeah.
This machine we have, you hang it inside of it, 10 hours later, it's done.
So you can actually put it inside something.
Yep, you put it in there, and the washer we bought, before, it'd take a couple hours to clean hose. And we can do all of it now in about 45 minutes.
So the washer, is that kinda like a parts washer? You stick it inside and
You stick
it starts shooting?
a roll-up section here, and then feed it through,
Yeah,
close the door, turn it on, and step on a pedal, and it's got scrubbers. And
okay.
it scrubs both sides and just spits it right out the other end.
Ah,
It only leaves us about a foot on each end that we clean by hand, because the couplings can't go through the scrubbers.
All right, guys, I appreciate you being here. I'll be getting with you this month, and we'll get that paperwork in, and we'll be good to go for we'll start on next year.
If you'll just text me your email, Jimmy, I'll email it over to you tomorrow night while I'm at the fire hall.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next under new business, we have county road signs that we'll have to go over, so there's that.
Thank you.
So, since all the viewers at home don't know what we're talking about, we're gonna be talking about the county road sides that are in the rural county that marks the roads. So the fire departments and the rescue squad have been doing this for years. It pays $45 a sign, correct?
No, 25.
25?
It never got up.
Okay, well, on here it's showing 45, so that's something we'll have to discuss. So our current system of delegating the road signs upkeep to the volunteer fire departments is not working well. The volunteer fire departments are shorthanded and have little time to manufacture the signs in the Coffee County Sign Room, then drive out and post them in a timely manner. Road sign requests originate from the source. New roads are reported by CC GPS contractor William Johansson, and William Ayers and Associates, and their email address. Road Department receives a call from a citizen about the missing road sign, or the mayor's office receives calls from a citizen about the missing road sign. I've been up here in the mornings filling out agendas when people are calling, and they call Connie or Sam about the road signs. They make notes of it, and then they pass it on to the departments. It is then determined which volunteer fire department or rescue squad covers North Coffee Fire Department territory. So I guess they split that one, since that's the biggest district, right? In North Coffee.
Didn't wanna do it, that's why the rescue squad does it.
Okay. Territory and the sign is in, and then the request for forward that the volunteer fire department for execution, budget and finance pays $45 sign up receipt on invoice from volunteer fire department. So that's not correct, right?
That's the last check we had.
I thought like a year ago. Mr. Chambers, you got something?
It's $25 a sign, so if both signs are missing, you know, it's 25 per sign and $25 a post.
Okay.
Is the way it should have been inventory to be turned in for their.
So if the post is there, they just put the sign up, it's just $25.
Right, but it's 25, if they have to replace a post, $25 for each sign.
Go, so down here on our, it says alternatives, things we can look at number 5, everybody please mark this down. Let's put $45 down there. So if they have to go out there to replace the sign, it would be a flat out $45. Let's just put that down as an option on 5. So I'll read these off to you so everybody at home that's listening will know what's going on. The Coffee County Road Department could hire a person, would need funding assistance from CBL to work the signs as needed. Grundy County does this. Somebody from the mayor's office called Grundy County and asked them how they did theirs. Mr. Chambers.
I took a poll of most of the departments, and because of the staffing issue and the smoke detector program and other programs that have been put on them, they were wanting to see if the sign would be redirected to a different department.
Okay.
I communicated with Benton Bartlett this afternoon, and he's willing to take that back. They used to do it before the volunteer departments did, and he's willing to make the commitment and redo that because they receive a lot of calls themselves with the stop signs and speed limit signs and such. So it would be beneficial to include them all together and work out the logistics on getting him the funds.
So what Mr. Chambers is saying is number one, that would be the option he just explained. That would be the Coffee County Highway Department taking that back over. And just food for thought. Of
So
course,
who actually makes the signs? That's not part of the fee that.
no, y'all do that in the shop, right? You get the plates and then you, yeah, back here in the back, yeah. They,
We ride the district, we write down what signs are down, we come up here, make them, go back to fire hall and attach them to the sign, and then go hang them.
if it's in their, whatever district they're in,
And they've been doing that for $25?
$25, that's correct.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chambers has talked to the volunteers about it already, so we know that number 1's looking pretty good. Option 3 could be recruit a retired person and contract it with them, if possible. That's another option. Number 4, an option could be find a business that provides or could provide these services for a fee. Example, some of our local sign companies. That's just another option.
I'm wondering though, if you're not in these districts, these areas, it's gonna be difficult. You might have to go a long ways to put a sign up. And they might not even think it's worthwhile to
Yeah,
do
that's,
that.
I mean, you know, maybe maybe once we come to conclusion on this, hopefully in the July meeting, we can come to a conclusion on this, and we can have, you know, something that we wanna do on that. You know, the highway department, they cover the whole county. You know,
That's what
so-
I'm thinking.
Right,
They can figure it out. I'm gonna be that way at the end of the week or whatever.
right,
That would probably be the likely place to do it.
right. So option 4 here is a private company maybe doing it, And option 5, which I just throwing this out there, that I'm gonna ask the sheriff about, maybe, why couldn't the inmates maybe do this? Maybe the inmates could do it, because they're out on, they're out on the roads picking up
There
trash.
you go.
Maybe we could get somebody at the jail with them, maybe. Possibility, we'll ask the sheriff and see what he says.
That would be a job,
Okay.
that'd be moving up
So
from
that's,
picking up trash.
that's option 5. Let's put inmates down for option 5.
I thought we put $45 flat fee for
Yeah.
number
Yeah.
5.
Okay, so let's put that for 6 then.
Okay.
Excuse me, 6. Thank you, Roseanne.
So 6 is
Inmates.
inmates.
Yep. And I'll ask the sheriff about that, to see if that's possible. So maybe those guys are, maybe they can,
That makes an
somewhat-
upgrade from picking up trash.
yeah, it might be, well, we just get
How
more,
do we do
we
that? I
we might
don't
get more
think?
people involved, right?
Promotion, yeah.
All right, so, if you would, take this paper home with you. I'll try to get one to Tim Moore's, and I'll talk to Tim Moore's and, get his input on it. So be contemplating this, if you would, please. And we'll discuss it. Our next meeting, we'll discuss it, and then we'll look for some kind of a motion to do something, maybe. Any questions? Roseanne, any input?
No.
Mr. Duncan?
Good.
Mr. Miller?
No, I made my little input, I guess, but if you're talking about a contractor, that
Yeah.
would probably be the most expensive way to do it.
All right.
Yeah, like the inmate or volunteers.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, that being taken care of, let's move down to, one of the most important ones, number 8. And that is gonna be set time and date, and we know the location for our next meeting. And I'm thinking around the same time we're here, that 3rd Thursday in July, which would be the 25th of July. But that is negotiable. I like the 25th, but the 23rd is open too. If that's gonna be I wanna make it where everybody can be comfortable with it.
I'm okay,
You like the 25th?
yeah, it
Roseanne,
doesn't
you
matter
like
to me.
25th?
Fine.
I've
Okay,
got
let's,
2 things, but it's earlier than in the days.
all right, let's do the 25th at 6 PM. Same place, same time. All right. Before we adjourn this thing, anybody have anything else? Okay, that being said, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn
Motion to adjourn.
by Jackie Duncan,
Second.
second by Roseanne. All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Ayes have it. All righty. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, sir. What's his name?